Welcome back to the Cowabunga Collection. So yeah, we've done the Genesis version of Tournament Fighters. Let's take a look at the Super NES version, the version that everybody knows about.
Do we get the PAL cover box art at least?
No, there are no PAL covers because we're not doing hero shit here.
But
I wondered, how was the theme song in the UK if they couldn't say Ninja?
We've gone for this stage. We've gone for this stage. They had the singer re-record a line. They had the singer record the song twice. One with Ninja, one with Hero in the lyrics. We've gone for this.
Exactly the same.
No.
Well, hopefully he got paid more, I guess.
Tournament Fighters. There you go. And this one has Donnie on the cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say because because I don't know about you guys, but the American Super Nintendo box art, just to me, in general, not this one, just looks really boring.
No Street Fighter has ever seen fighters or fighting like this.
I see what you did there, Konami.
Bit of a dig at the competition.
Okay. The most severe punishment you'll ever see. And look at that, just like the Genesis version, this one is also 16 meg.
Oh, and did my eyes deceive me, or did that picture just suggest that Shredder's actually here for this one instead of
Yes.
his daughter?
Also, this package is made from recycled materials and is recyclable.
Also, wait, the biggest punishment you receive? What the game? You could have worded that better, guys.
No, I mean, punishment is a useful term.
The most severe punishment
failed
ever
in your
received.
homework
Trash the surfboard and heave the za. It's a whole new breed of turtles who are butting heads with the greatest street fighters on the planet. War, Armageddon, Chrome Dome, Rat King, Karai, Wingnut, and Asuka are the toughest mutant warriors to... I'm pretty sure not all of the...
Karai's not a mutant.
Neither is Asuka. Neither is Asuka, but whatever.
Also, Armageddon is an alien.
Yeah, to ever bury their fists into someone's face, and they'll make an impact on that you won't forget. On these streets, you're just a piece of meat. The graphics and sound effects take Asphalt Warfare to the edge of 16-bit technology, with 12 tournament arenas, 8 levels of difficulty, 4 combat modes, World Tournament Story, One-on-One, and Spectacular. There are also adjustable speed modes for faster fighting, and secret enemies will chew you up like a stick of beef jerky. What do you mean secret enemies? You've already told us all the enemies in it. There are no secret fighters. I mean, much like the previous game, this one is also meant for Karai to be the twist. Well, not really, because... Actually, never mind. She actually is the one that we know from the beginning, as you're about to see. Bigger, badder, better ways to beat your enemy, and not only master many street fighting techniques, but until you've confronted the new ultimate attack move, you might as well have been fighting your little sister. Okay.
What?
Also on the rumbling repertoire are quick kicks, somersault throws, over-the-shoulder backdrops, electric pile drivers, spinning uppercuts, headbutts, power slams, two-fisted zoom punches, bite attacks, shockwaves, helmet smashes. You get the idea. We don't have to pound it into your head. Ha ha ha. For 1 or 2 street-hardened warriors.
Also, don't bother calling the game into tip line. Even when it was active, I doubt it would have been that helpful anyway.
Yeah, trust. Spoilers, they weren't. Like the only possible tip, okay, like for example, like when you phone in the tip hotline for the NES original, if I was there, I would just recommend to people just play a better game. Trust me, that's the best course of action.
And that's the Japanese title.
Yeah, the Japanese title of the game is actually Mutant Warriors. So there you go.
I mean, it's not wrong.
No, it's not.
So, Asuka, who is this new face?
Dej.
She is a professional wrestler in WWE. Oh, right.
Damn, Leo is pissed. Look at that.
Okay, Leo. I know. Leo. The Red Sky season isn't for another year, mate.
He's so pissed that he's forgotten his swords to start throwing hands.
So, Veggie, can you tell us who Asuka is?
Well, Dweeb said it. She's a WWE wrestler who was undefeated. Let me check.
So here's the manual. Congratulations! Konami is proud to welcome you to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. We hope you enjoy the game, and we encourage you to read through this instruction booklet to get the most satisfaction from your new game. Now get ready, because you're about to see the turtles in action like you've never seen them before. I feel like we've read this exact same phrase on a lot of manuals by this point. Channel 6 presents Tournament Fighters. It's bigger than the Super Bowl, bigger than any heavyweight championship, even bigger than WrestleFest 14. The fiercest competitors from across the... Click. The TV reporter's image shrinks to a dot, then blips off the screen. That's it, man. I'm signing up. I'll show him what tough really means. With that, Raphael whips a sigh across the room, where it sticks deep into the wall. Michelangelo and Donatello look up from their game of cards as plaster sprays from the floor. Dude, you better quit putting holes in April's walls, Michelangelo says. You know how ticked she gets when you do that. Leonardo turns to the others with a thoughtful expression on his face. Dej?
Shit.
On the bottom.
You know, I think this tournament could be great,
He
he
says.
says. But I don't know if all four of us should enter. Why don't we have a contest to see who's the toughest among us, and then send the guy to...
At that moment, an arrow crashes through the living room window and winds in front of Raph's head, missing him by inches. Startled, the turtles look at the arrow and see a piece of paper tied around the shaft. Leo reaches out, takes the note, and reads it. When he finishes, he tells the others what was in the note. The four youths look at each other in awe and anger. Go ahead. Dej?
That's right.
Okay, it's time for action.
Okay, it's time for action.
Leo says with authority.
I don't know who this Karai is. Maybe Master Splinter knows. Let's go home and ask him. The tournament will have to wait for now.
So
That's right.
So
this is actually not a sequel.
So it's a good thing that the turtles don't prioritize like sane people, because they were just about to enter this tournament at random, and now all of a sudden, actually, you know what? Screw the tournament will have to wait. Let's save Karai. I mean, okay. And get ready to stretch your muscles and get ready to fight. You have two paths to choose from: fight in the tournament or play for the story. The tournament pits you against all the other characters in a major league slugfest. You'll fight hand to hand. Okay, basically, to put it in simple terms, this tournament mode is a generic tournament fighting mode with little story to speak of. All you have is really is 2-minute cutscenes of April announcing. The story mode is basically just like the tournament mode, except there's more story to it, but don't get your hopes up. It's not that much. The fun fact is that in the story mode, you can only play as one of the four turtles. You can't play as any of the other characters in the story mode, because you're supposed to be playing the turtles trying to rescue April. It says right there, try to save April and Splinter. It's all out face bashing, bone breaking, brawling against the baddest group of mutants ever assembled in one game. Use really cool special attack moves and your powerful ninja weapons to beat your opponents to a pulp. Every round you win leads you closer to unraveling the mystery. Who is Karai?
Shredder's daughter.
Spoilers.
Well, I guess you can already play
I
the
did some
Genesis
research.
version.
Apparently,
After they gave it the answer.
I found out about Asuka. Originally, she was supposed to be Mitsu from the third TMNT game, as the data files from the game's beta shows. But it's speculated that due to the reception of TMNT 3, they're like, nah, make her an original character.
Wow, that just goes to show how bad a product is when people pretty much change course on a character's inclusion in completely different material because it's just been that tainted by it.
Yeah, for me and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, after all the years of anti-hype, when I went into watching it with Pedro, in a way I was actually kind of disappointed by just how bang mediocre it is.
I'm disappointed in it because it completely misuses. Oh, look at that! That's that's Leo's art. Sorry. There you go. Again, Leo is
really good.
Yeah, it looks really good actually.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish the actual in-game graphics would better represent this artwork.
Oh, how bad could it be?
Don't get me wrong. The game doesn't look bad. I just don't think the transition from the artwork to the in-game sprites was very smooth. It doesn't even remotely capture the cartoon look of these drawings.
Granted,
Also
for
another-
all we know, the drawings came after the game was made for the manual, so I don't know how much of that is the
I
game's
guess.
fault or not.
I guess.
Also, another thing about Asuka, according to her character designer, Tetsuya Asaka, she's based off Rachel from the game Martial Champion.
Oh, really?
Never heard of that game.
Yeah,
And that's Michael.
No,
Mikey, and Mikey apparently can throw fireballs off his mouth now for some reason. And
It's a fighting game.
Someone's been taking cues.
and
from
Donnie
BBC.
and Donnie can fucking summon the fucking eternal dragon, I guess.
He trained under Liu Kang.
I guess.
So from what I understand, Asuka's pretty much a one-off character for this game.
Yes.
Basically, yes. So there you go, Mikey. And there, look at that. Mikey's using his move from Radical Rescue. Except it seems like based on this particular drawing, it seems more like he's flying upwards rather than downwards.
Maybe he's found a way to absolutely give gravity the middle finger.
And here's War. Yeah, that's his name, War.
It looks like a Triceratodon, only mutated beyond belief.
Those are some gigantic ass claws.
Seriously, you'd think this was made in the 90s. Oh, wait.
Yep. And there she is, Asuka.
I'm getting some Mai vibes from this girl.
This art just reeks of 90s anime. Wingnut. There it is.
Oh my god, it looks like he's about to bust a nut.
Yeah. And now it looks like he's about to go eat somebody, I guess.
While at a concert.
Yeah. For some reason, his battle arena in this game is a concert stage. I don't really associate Wingnut with fucking rock concerts, but whatever.
Weird.
Armagon.
It's a shark with long arms?
Exactly. And here's Chrome Dome.
They debuted it in the Archie comics.
Mm-hmm. Chrome Dome. There you go. Well, he looks like a robot pharaoh of sorts.
Cyber Shredder, but wait, hold on.
Oh, look, it's Cyber Shredder from Radical Rescue. He's back with a vengeance.
Weird. Of all things to reference, Radical Rescue. I mean, I didn't know this was in continuity with that game.
Apparently, because, you know, in here he's not Shredder, he's Cyber Shredder, even though he just looks like Mirage Shredder. So...
Wait, so does this mean Karai is, like, still the final boss after her?
Yeah, I love this. Rat King, he gets no artwork, apparently, and Karai just has a big restricted square.
Okay, so I'm curious, was Karai, like, not a well-known factor of the franchise before?
Outside of the Mirage comics at the time, no. Remember, she wasn't in the live-action movies. She was not in the 80s show. As a result, yeah, Karai, outside of Mirage comics readers, she wasn't really well known. Not really.
No, I guess ironically, the fighting games were the ones that I guess would have helped popularize her with the overall audience of the franchise.
Like I said, Tournament Fighters was my introduction to Karai. And then later I looked up, and when I got internet, I looked up who she was, like, on a more proper, detailed level. So
what's your favorite take on Karai?
Well, I'm gonna wait till I see the 2000. Right now I'm in the process of rewatching the 2003 series, and then I'm gonna watch the 2012 show as well as Rise. And then when I go through all those, I'll get back to you because I want to actually properly see all incarnations before I answer that question.
Oh, don't forget, she also shows up in the 2007 movie.
I've already seen the 2007 movie more times than I want to be honest.
But how will you be able to remember your take on her glorious role in that movie?
But she does nothing. She does nothing in that movie.
She shows up in a cloak and she's mysterious.
I mean, they do a good job presenting her as a cool, badass ninja, I guess. But she doesn't do anything in the plot. She's just there. I mean, technically she does help out in the climax.
remember, she's technically supposed to be the main antagonist of that movie. So...
Is she? Not really. The antagonist at first, it's Mr. What's his name? Mr. The guy played by Patrick Stewart. What's his name?
Winters.
Yes, that's it. First, it's Mr. Winters, but then it's revealed that turns out he's actually not actually evil. He was just trying to send all these monsters back to their dimension or time period or whatever.
Immortality sucks.
Yeah. So basically, Joe, but the villains of that movie are just generic monsters that have nothing to do with any other TMNT media, and they have no personality aside from raw monster.
Okay. The thing you're thinking is Winters is revealed to be supposedly the big bad, but remember, the way the movie portrays most of it, Karai is technically supposed to be the central threat until she eventually goes anti-heroine in the film.
Also, one thing I will say, I've never believed in this thing where the only villains in an adaptation you can have are ones from the comics. You can't make up any yourself.
Oh, sure, you can.
That's a policy I've never understood.
That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm just the reason I dislike those villains is because they're bad characters. They're just nothing but angry monsters with zero character or backstory that to make them interesting. Like, if you're going to replace established villains with new ones you made up yourself, you better have some good villains to present to me. Otherwise, I'm just going to wish we were the other more interesting established villains. You know?
Also, I'm totally calling it, though. The only reason they added Karai in the 2007 film was because she started becoming popular thanks to the 2003 one. So the 90s film continuity, because remember, 2007 is part of that film series.
I love this one.
Wanted to give their take on her.
This is a magazine ad for the tournament.
What's that?
This is a magazine ad for the Tournament Fighters games. It says, no matter which format you choose, you'll in for a new breed of turtles succeed on fighting in 4 different modes. So basically it's saying that, it's describing all 3 games, the NES game, the Genesis game, and the Super NES game. Spoilers, the NES game is not that great.
Alright, the NES version too. Weird that you're saving that for last.
It's probably the most whatever, don't care game on the collection. Because, it's obscure for a reason. It's like when you have the other 2 versions right here in this collection, there's 0 reasons to want to play the NES game because it's so simplistic and rudimentary in comparison.
Okay, if I am to be fair to the NES, I assume back then it was the equivalent of the PS2 sticking around as long as it did alongside the PS3. It's like, well, the NES version was there to be the more cost-efficient version for people who were still on the NES but hadn't jumped over to the SNES. So I wouldn't say its existence was pointless, to be fair.
Also, aside from having the Japanese ad to Tournament Fighters, we also have an ad for this Konami game.
It looks like Mega Man if it fused with Dragon Ball, classic Dragon Ball.
Yeah, this artwork is just 90s anime, like all out, like basically.
Not Mega. I don't know how to call it.
That being said,
Mega Ball Z.
Mega Ball Z, sure, why not? So that's basically it. They actually did a good job with these ads. They look pretty cool. And mostly because of the artwork. Like, the artwork looks pretty cool. And again, I get the feeling they really love Leo's art in particular because they use it all over these things.
Again, it's weird because he's not using his iconic weapons, whereas the other artwork does show the turtles using their iconic weapons. Also, Vampire Killer. I believe that's
Japanese Mega for the Genesis game, and there's a frog. By that I mean a live-action frog in the background.
No, that's a turtle.
Oh, never mind, it's a turtle. It looks like a frog for a moment there. Yeah, why? I mean, I get that, but at the same time, it's just, like, weird. I don't know. Anyway, the Genesis version, which we already did, and there's Sparkster there. I get the feeling maybe the people who made the Genesis version were probably the Sparkster team.
Vampire Killer.
Like I said, the Castlevania game.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it was called in Japan?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, I think over in America it was the Bloodlines game.
Yeah, here it is. Another ad for the Genesis version. God, I still can't stand that artwork.
Oh, actually, Jova, Vampire Killer. It came out in Japan and Europe, and it was called Konami. It was called Vampire Killer here.
Which begs the question: you already have your own series of, vampires and vampire killers. Why create a whole new series of vampire killers? Like, isn't that redundant?
No. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that game was part of the Castlevania series. Still, it just had the name Vampire Killer for it in Europe and Japan.
From Michelangelo's fantasy world to Donatello's futuristic city, blah blah blah. And this ad in particular, he represents both the SNES and the Genesis versions. So as you can see, the NES version, yeah. So as you can see, the NES version pretty much got the short end of the stick. Also, Konami Limited Television House. Konami Limited Television House.
Nah, Television House is the name of the place that they're in. Oh, it's in Middlesex.
Konami just took your favorite shows off TV.
Ooh. But yeah, no, I checked. Yeah, it was called Castlevania Bloodlines over here in America.
Oh, okay then. All right then. So what you're saying is that it wasn't meant to be a Castlevania game, but the US made it one, kind of like what they did with...
No. It always was meant to be a Castlevania game. It's part of the continuity and everything. It's just, for some reason, over in Japan and PAL regions, they called it Vampire.
Because remember, there's a Street Fighter 2010 for the NES. Originally, it had nothing to do with the Street Fighter universe, but the localization team completely rewrote the story and turned the protagonist into Ken, even though the game has nothing to do with even though the game has no...
Excuse me, Jova, you said it's part of the... Bloodlines is part of the same what?
No. Bloodlines is part of the Castlevania series. However,
yeah, no. But you said a specific word. It starts with a C. Say it again.
Castlevania?
No.
I don't.
The way you said continuity, I'm like, huh?
I think you're.
Yes, it's part of the.
You
Castlevania
said continuity.
What?
Whatever. Moving on. The SNES Slugfest is full of hidden characters, levels, and modes, but you won't be able to find them without some secret codes. This guide will give you a leg up in the tournament and your quest to find the mysterious Karai.
Wow, they're really hyping up Karai in this.
Yeah, which is a shame because in the... Well, actually, never mind. Keep going, Jova.
As for why it was called Vampire Killer, this might be because... Okay, in Power Regions, it was actually known as Castlevania The New Generation. This had to do with the fact that these were the series of games where the Belmonts lost control of the whip, so this time we started following Quincy Morris and his son, John, essentially. That's probably why...
In Bloodlines, it was Quincy and... John Morris and... Let me check.
Oh, right. Eric the Card,
yeah.
John... Yeah. John was the son of Quincy Morris. Quincy Morris, for those who don't know, is an iconic character from Bram Stoker's Dracula. So, Castlevania being cheeky decided, yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula is canon to Castlevania. That's my best guess as to why this was called Vampire Killer over in Japan.
Hold on.
It was a...
Looks like we have an edition of Mikey's Musings. Mikey's pro pizza move. First eat half a pizza, then eat half of what's left, then half of that. Repeat. Presto, you'll never run out of pizza. Thank me later, dude.
Mikey, I'm not seeing the math there.
What's up with your eyes?
I'm high on pizza.
How are
Stop
you high
eating
on pizza?
pizza.
Also, Mikey,
I'm pretty sure Raph pranked me and put in some illegal substances in this pizza.
Also, Mikey, how could you? You were part of All Stars to the Rescue. You should know better.
Heroes in their high
Jova,
shells.
Jova, your brain must be like really messed up, dude.
Is that? Hey, Pedro, that explains why Raph was so high during that bit behind the scenes.
That's always been
our shells tour.
I've always loved the way Mikey delivers that line in the cartoon All Star special. Your brain must be like really messed up. I'm surprised people haven't used that more in YouTube poops and memes and shit like that because it's just perfect for that.
I think it's because little by little people are starting to forget that crossover was ever a thing.
I don't know. People still mention the whole marijuana thing that Alvin says. So
And also Bugs Bunny mentioning
a joint. So why not mention Mikey saying your brain must be like really messed up?
Because he's
they
already
don't
a
find-
stoner.
I guess.
Okay, Dej has a point there.
All right. Tune in next time, everybody. But we start the game proper. See ya.
All right, see you then.
See ya.